This guy disrespected Naoya Inoue like no one else before.
Has he really been tested? Like, all his fights been in Japan?
What happened next was brutal.
So he has had one knockdown. It has him ready to go to the bump. Yep, there it is.
In 2016, on the 9th of September, at the Dignity Health Sports Park, California, the pound-for-pound greatest stepped up to announce himself to the Western world for the first time. Already a household name in Japan, the Japanese looked to conquer America also, so he faced the audacious Antonio Nieves for the WBO Junior Bantamweight World title. This wasn't just a fight. It was a reminder why you shouldn't disrespect a samurai assassin who was in a quest to announce himself to the main boxing audience and didn't need extra motivation to brutalize his opponent. Antonio was at his peak and was eager to add Inoue to his kill list of 9 knockouts and an almost perfect record of 18 wins and only 1 split decision loss. Known for his brutal knockouts, tactical boxing, and fierce defense, Antonio also built a reputation for disrespect. When it was announced that he would face Inoue, he didn't hold back in criticizing the Japanese for not being from one of the famous boxing nations like the USA.
Has he really been tested? Like, all his fights been in Japan? Half of them were at 108. You know,
and he had the guts to criticize Inoue's past opponents.
Fighting guys that stand right in front of him, you know, everything went his way. You know, he's at home, lower weight class, so the hype is all behind him. You know, everybody wants to see him win. All the pressure's on him. I have no pressure.
Inoue took the insults in stride and was ready to do his talking with his fists and defend his home country of Japan. The pair clashed in the co-feature in a star-studded card on American soil, headlined by Roman Gonzalez and Srisaket Sor Rungvisai. Walking to the ring, the American exemplified in his attire the country he had come to represent.
Know yet whether he's heard about his relatives in Puerto Rico.
While Inoue dressed like an executioner of the Dark Ages.
There he is. Naoya Inoue became a major player in boxing circles by capturing...
The Japanese superstar was making his American debut and was attempting to defend his WBO super flyweight title for what would be an impressive 6th time. From the opening bell, Inoue studied his arrogant opponent before unleashing his arsenal.
Top fighter in the world, exceeded only by Gennady Golovkin, and that, of course, underlines the fact that power is often said. Definitely an asset. Landed a right hand to begin the fight. Behind the jab on a classic 1-2. Nieves is quite aware that he's up against a guy who's regarded as a right things. I just don't know if he can translate that physically. Tries to deliver the body. Inoue did a great job of blocking it.
Tries to punch with Inoue to get his shot in there first.
So Nieves had...
This is where Inoue has had his way so far, so he wants to make him uncomfortable.
In the second round, to cheers from the American audience, Inoue converted rhythm to strikes and started to land damaging shots.
Wide, and at times, Inoue has been a little bit wide. But you can see the force that Inoue throws.
He unshipped a huge right hand behind the guard and followed with a crunching left to the body.
Shot yet from Inoue in this round. Now he goes downstairs and comes back up with his feet flat on the canvas and maximizing the power in his punches in the second. Nieves with that hard right hand off the jab. Nieves trying to come back with some body shots.
Nieves tried to return fire with fire in front of his home crowd.
Coming up from below the flyweight division, and the other guy's coming down from the 120.
But the monster had won the American fans over, finishing the round with powerful left hooks that left the Cleveland native looking like a decade-old punching bag.
Right hand by Inoue drives Nieves back just a little bit. Left hand to the body. Placement rather than power. Now combinations.
In the third round, the 24-year-old Inoue switched to turbo mode and crushed his foe with huge combinations to the head and body.
See that Harold Letterman, unofficially, not surprisingly, has Naoya Inoue winning the first 2 rounds. How hurt he still is.
You see why he's called the monster. When a guy has fast hands.
Something you occasionally see Gennady Golovkin do. He saw the target and adjusted the arc of the punch as it was traveling through the air. Lift over the top and get it down to the face. Now there's a perfect uppercut by Inoue.
To avoid punches and doesn't always use kind of classic technical defense. You think that'll be...
Inoue was intent on showing to the American audience that he is not to be taken for granted.
Down the stretch, if he continues to fight in his early to mid-30s, he'll have to make those adjustments and modify.
when he throws it. Oh,
And it sets up his plan to do so.
absolutely. He's a pick-em-type puncher until he gets his guy hurt. And then I think Inoue has to put Nieves away here in this round or next, because it's a lopsided fight.
In the fifth round, successive hooks sent Nieves to the canvas, and it was at this point that he realized he was paying for his trash talk.
Trying to find somewhere to hide in the ring, and he can't. Push him there where he can face him and lands a body shot on an authority.
One or two more of those, he could end this fight, Jen. Here, Inoue has him ready to go to the body. Yep, there it is.
The American returned to his feet and managed to survive a minute of stinging body shots.
Left hook to the body if you're Inoue.
Exactly.
Fight's
Don't abandon the body right now. He'll protect the head, but the body can't.
And there's another one. Nieves did anything. Another left hook to the body. Max Kellerman and Andre Ward say. Another left hook to the body. Another left hook to the body. Inoue trying to finish the fight.
He's only throwing one hook at a time. And what Andre did against Kovalev is 3, 4, 5 at a time.
The one-sided domination continued in the sixth round as Inoue, displaying an aura of invisibility, walked down Nieves.
Why does he need to keep taking those?
This is where you see a little bit of inexperience from Inoue, only having 13 fights. Good right hand right
The body, and there's Nieves looked at him like, wait a minute, you're allowed to do that
Another left
too?
hook to the body. Listen to the sound when those left-hand body shots land.
And took his chance to mock his enemy for his trash talk.
hand glued to his side right there. That's why you got to switch it up. If you want that shot, you got to go away and then come back to it.
And with the chance to put on a show now, Inoue is doing so. It's from me. In the ring. Come to me. Come to me. I'm ready for the knockout right now.
The referee has to keep a close look on the edge and it get worse as this fight progresses. Good
Right hand to the body.
from Inoue right
What a vicious shot.
After the ringing of the bell, Nieves' corner didn't want to go to jail for malpractice, so they rightfully decided their fighter had taken enough punishment.
Has a decision to make. And he has made the decision.
The conclusive damage to the head and body of Nieves could cost him long-term damage, so saving him some years of fighting was the smart decision.
Corner said, hey, I'll stop it if it gets to... No, he's not. You need to stop it now. Do you need to see your guy on...
In the end, Nieves realized that Inoue deserved his reputation as the monster and learned a lesson on how not to overlook fighters from other nations. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a like. Also subscribe to see more moments of cocky fighters being punished.